YouTube, what up? Welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Watts, and I'm Watts. And if the floor was booking a great show, great PLE, great Raw, great SmackDown, I swear to God, whoever books this shit would be high as a giraffe's ass, because clearly these guys are high as a giraffe's ass to think that this past Raw was a good go-home show for SummerSlam, a two-night event, might I add, and I don't expect much from SmackDown neither. I'm gonna be real with y'all. SmackDown is a little bit better than Raw, but Raw on Netflix has been a dud for the last 8 months. Let's be real. A dud for the last 8 months. I'm going to say it one more time. A dud for the last 8 months, because this right here, garbage. And also, what I've noticed is that there's quite a few people that I thought would have been on the SummerSlam card that is not on the SummerSlam card. Bayley, which leads me to believe she's going to interfere in that match with Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria, and she's probably going to turn heel. And it would be a justified heel turn. Damian Priest is not going to be there. LA Knight, is not going to be there. And I'm actually very surprised and a little bit disappointed in this. I'm not the biggest LA Knight fan, and I've already went on document to say that I think he's a little overrated in the ring, but you can't deny how much of a character he is and how much merch he sells. They say they want people who sell merch, right? Well, guess what? You got a guy who can sell merch, talk on the microphone, has a good physique, and he can wrestle a little bit. Not my cup of tea, but at the end of the day, it's still absurd that he's not getting his just due. But this was the go-home show of Monday Night Raw. Overall, this just hasn't been a great build to SummerSlam. This past Raw and these past SmackDown's a little bit better than Raw, but these past Raws and SmackDowns have not made me say, you know what, I gotta watch SummerSlam. I'm gonna watch SummerSlam mainly because of that TLC match that I know is gonna steal the show for the tag team titles. That's gonna go crazy. But everything else, I'm not really super invested in. I'm a little invested in CM Punk versus Gunther. I'm a little invested in the IC title match between Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles, mainly because I just know it's going to be a good match. But everything else, why the hell is Sami Zayn and Carrie Cross on a SummerSlam card? Now, that's no knock to Sami Zayn. I'm going to be real with you at all. I rock with Sami Zayn. But, yo, Carrie Cross versus Sami Zayn is a Raw match. A Raw piss break match, might I add. And this makes the card, but we don't get no Bayley, we don't get no LA Knight, and we don't get no Damian Priest. We don't get no Carmelo Hayes, who has been trending. We want Melo every single time. I'm going to keep plugging that. But to make matters worse, we got the debut of Unreal, and I'm not going to watch it. It's supposed to be a behind-the-scenes situation where it documents up until WrestleMania. And no, I can't. The child in me, the inner child in me, won't allow me to watch that show. Now, I've seen little highlights, but like I said, I'm not watching it because I need a little bit of mystique in my wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I understand that these people are not enemies in real life, and I know that they're not beefing in real life, and I know that this is predetermined. Everybody knows that at this point, but I don't want it all in my face. Pause. I don't want it just thrown at me like, yeah, you're going to watch this. And I remember a couple months ago or around this time last year, Triple H was all like, oh, we're not hiding who we are anymore. And it's like, well, maybe y'all should. Well, maybe you should, because all this show is going to do is make me get even angrier about how bad the booking is, how bad the scripts are, how bad the storylines are, because it's just a bunch of guys who I have an idea. I don't know for sure, but I just know that these guys don't understand anything about what's going on in the wrestling world today and what the people want. They just want to push their favorites. And a lot of times their favorites don't even really be ready. I ain't going to get too deep into it, but the truth is the truth, to be honest. But this was a terrible go-home show. The only thing that I kind of chuckled at is Bronson Reed taking Roman Reigns' shoes. But even that was all badly timed. That was a terrible segment. You bringing the Tribal Chief to Raw for this? You bringing the Tribal Chief to Raw for this? That's it? And then Jey Uso doing a bunch of yeeting, already gassed before he even cut the promo before the match. That also needs to stop. Sometimes it's excessive. You know what I'm saying? We all like the yeet stuff, but it's just excessive at this point. I don't want to run it back, bro. Start the match. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even have to come through the crowd. You should only be coming through the crowd for PLEs. Walk down the entrance ramp, bro. Like, what's going on? But ladies and gentlemen, that's just my rant. That's just me hating on everything that's happened in wrestling this past week. Expect more of those, because I'm 100% sure that aside from like 2 or 3 matches, this SummerSlam is going to be a dud. That's just me. But yo, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.